went to our corporate office and was trying to get to a bus terminal, board a bus and come back home to his family and to work.
Yeah.
Now, anything at all could have happened aside from what happened where he was inhaling tear gas, it was in his eyes, it was burning. He had to run at one point in time because the crowd was massive and they were running towards his direction because they were being dispersed by police officers and all that. How should passers-by go about things, especially when I wake up one day and I know that, okay, fine, there's a planned demonstration, and we've been given the route that they will be using. As somebody who would want to go to town, what should I be doing?
Yes, I mean, you have to follow the all the discussion that goes on around the demonstration, especially the routes that they are likely to use. What we have to note is that most of the time the routes will automatically pass through people's, either businesses or even private, places and all that. Yeah. So if, for instance, your work is supposed to be around that place, what I would suggest to people, maybe businesses and individuals, is that, look, for that period of time, if it's better you stay away from the workplace, it's better than just go there and open your shop. Because I've already told you that some of the infiltrators are looters. They are only waiting for the opportunity for the crowd to misbehave.
You realize what I said?
Yes.
That's what I said.
Yes.
And there was no pun intended in my question. But he said the burning sensation in the eyes was so severe.
Exactly.
He had to pick somebody who was selling water. He had to pick
the water. I just out of.
And I was asking him whether he paid for it. It could be that he just picked it and moved on. Not
we had even forgotten that because the pain and whatever was going in his eyes, made him to even forget that he has to even pay.
But I mean, from what you're saying, there are people whose intention it is just to be on the alert.
Yes.
If some misunderstanding, some chaos happens, they'll
yes.
just loot things.
Exactly. They just loot. I mean, if you look at the crowd behavior, especially in South Africa, during the xenophobic attack, you see that there are guys who are not actually in the core of the protest or the demonstration or whatever attack.
They are thieves.
Yeah, they are thieves. We call them looters. So for them, they are only looking for that opportunity.
So they enter electronic shop.
By the time you realize they pick all the televisions, good. So we normally have those kind of infiltrators. That is why it's important that if, for instance, you don't have any business around there, it's better you don't go there, especially if you don't believe in the cause and the mission of those kind of demonstrations. If you have a business operating there, it's always ideal that, look, you wait for them to pass or just wait for them to finish their demonstration and then you go there and start doing your business. Had it not been that, look, the nature of demonstration that we have in this country, the unregulated manner and the kind of social currents, it kind of generates, which results in violence. I'm telling you that if you don't take care and there's an issue, you might likely lose all your.
So how do we get people to know that, listen, you have a right to demonstrate, but you have a responsibility to do it smoothly? How do we get that to the minds of people?
Yes.
To the extent that even when there are infiltrators, they themselves will say, hey, this is not why we're here. Exactly. How do we get that into the mindset of people?
First, it must start with the leaders of the demonstration. Okay, they will have to communicate clearly the intent and the object of the demonstration to the public and also to people who intend to follow them. If you don't communicate clearly to them and your communication is mixed, okay, the signals that you are sending out is mixed. What it means is that you open a certain door for people to come in and come and misbehave. Like actually what is happening or what happened on Tuesday. You see that there was a lot of miscommunication. One, the court is saying this. The court says that use this time and this time and this time. Don't go here, don't pass here. You say no, we have filed an injunction. And once we file a stay, what it means is that, look, we are going to stick to the original plan.
You mean a stay of hands, huh?
Yes. So immediately this kind of communication comes in. It sends wrong signals to, motivated offenders that, look, I mean, our leaders are telling us that what the court said doesn't hold. And therefore, when we go to the scene, we have the right to do whatever we want to do and use whatever route we want to do. So that is the kind of inconsistency and lack of communication and candor that we don't seem to get from, the leaders of demonstration in the country. That is why most of the time it results in violence. Aside that, there are also what we call civil disturbances that are mostly spontaneous, that normally do not have leaders. Okay, so in that case, those ones, they are social currents and become very difficult to deal with.
So